Exclamation, everybody, and welcome to my colony. It's by Ape Apps, and it is fully released, question mark, on Steam for $5 US. It does not list itself as early access yet. You can clearly see on the screen it says build 0.74.0, which in my programming lingo means it's not 1.0 yet, so I assume it's supposed to be early access, but isn't. And I kind of hope it's still early access because there's some. I've been playing a bunch of off camera, and there's still some room for polish, we'll say, as well as a few other things. We'll jump into that. You see, I have a test colony here. I will come back to that later. Right now, I'm going to do a new colony and show you some of the. There's a lot of interesting things about this game that I'm not going to end up touching upon, but it's. I'm of multiple minds of what's going on here, so let's just roll with the punches as they come. But this game has the ability to do an online game where you can start a new colony under the charter of another real-life player. I don't know how that works. I haven't tried it yet, but it sounds like to me you'll get randomly paired up with another player. That player is not a part of your game, but they are sort of your overseer. And basically, whatever race that player picked is the race that you have to be. There's 4 different factions here. And you can choose, you can still build your colony and stuff, and the parent colony that you're under can send you resources, and I think you send resources to them, and you might even pay them taxes. I'm not even sure how that works. But then eventually when you get to a certain level, you can declare independence from them and all that stuff. It's a very interesting way of doing things. I'm intrigued. But I want to stick right now with a local game just so I can kind of show you what I've been looking at and what's been going on here. There's also a creative map where you can just do whatever your heart's content. You know, everything's unlocked. You just do whatever you want to do. We're going to do a local game. Also in a local game, you're still connected on the local LAN. So if there's other people in your vicinity, in your network that are also playing a game, you can actually share resources between colonies. You can communicate with each other and stuff like that. So it's offline as far as the internet's concerned, but online as far as your local network is concerned. So let's do that. And we got the 4 factions here. We got United Earth, the Zolarg Empire, which looks like a bunch of ants, insectoids. The League of Independent States, which is the one I'm going to play because I was playing it off camera, and it's I don't know if there's a different art style or whatnot, but I'm familiar with how to progress in that, so I'm going to do that one. And Alpha Draconans, so high-tech, evil, and warlike civilization of reptilians. So like I said, I'm going to do a League of Independent States, which is a loosely aligned group of human colonies which have been fighting for independence from United Earth for decades. We'll do that. And then we get to choose our map type. Now, I did a abandoned world. I'm not going to do an abandoned world this time around because I've found that the abandoned world is quite broken from a gameplay perspective, and I'll show you what I mean by that. I'll load up my game before we end this episode. But it, even though it says difficulty hard, it's really difficulty easy. I'm going to try Asteroid because I want something a little bit more challenging than what I had with the abandoned world. So let's see how that rolls out. And you can also do a custom map that you create or download. One of the other things I should note before we get into that again, if I go under more options here, there are modding. You can do some modding for the game and whatnot, and all kinds of other things. So they're already supporting mods and all that along the way. So just bear that in mind as we go along here. So I'm going to take an asteroid, and there's two different play styles. You can do a single city, which is just you pick whatever size map you want and how much resources you get to start out with. Or you do a region, which is many small cities built next to each other, and then you have a common resource pool, technologies, and all that stuff. I haven't dug into that yet. Again, there's a lot of like very interesting concepts here that I'm intrigued by, but I don't have enough time to dig into everything right now. So I'm just going to do a single city game, and we'll call it the memory leak first impressions. And I'll make a large one. I'm not going to go too great on it, and we'll do normal resources for now. I could do scarce, but we'll do normal because there's no time dilation or anything you can do in the game as far as I can tell. So I don't want to spend a lot of time with us just kind of sitting here looking at things, looking at resources being mined. All right, you found a new colony with a colonial charter from the League of Independent States. Your goal is to turn this desolate world into a thriving civilization. Get started, select your rover in order to begin harvesting. Once you've collected at least 10 regolith, select your lander and construct a second rover. You get a little bit of these, you get a few pop-ups like this along the way, which are tutorial pop-ups. Undoubtedly, at this point, you have discovered that there is music in the game, and the music is actually pretty good. The problem is, there is no volume controls in the game. So the music is, how can I say this nicely? Motherfucking loud. Very motherfucking loud. Like to the point where I have taken my headphones off. I have placed them in the drawer and closed the drawer just to keep the audio from spilling out onto the microphone so you don't hear double. And even then, I can still hear it playing in the drawer. I'm hoping it's not getting picked up by the microphone. So, yeah, it's really effing loud. I will do some editing tricks and try to make it a lot lower for you guys, especially since I don't want it to be over my voice. But it's, yeah. If you wear headphones, I would strongly recommend you don't wear headphones listening to this game. I would also really, really, really recommend to the developer, if you're continuing to work on this, for the love of all that's holy, put volume sliders in your game. Don't ever release a game without a volume slider. It's not... Yeah, just don't do it. Just don't do it at all. And the whole excuse of, well, you can change it in Windows. Yeah, nobody does that, number one. And number two, if I change it in Windows, then it changes my volume everywhere. And I've already gone through months of trying to tweak things so that I can record videos and, you know, and not have inconsistent volume. So, yeah. Let's just give me a little bit of a break here and there. All right, anyway. We are on an asteroid, which means we have no atmosphere, so we will be able to use atmospheric scrubbers and stuff. Here's our little rover dudes, so I'm going to send them off and have them start harvesting. There's just a little harvest button, and they'll go off and do their thing. Now up here we've got the resources. We've got 2 population. We've got 0 power right now available. Well, I'm sorry, we got 2 power available to us, but we're not using any. Some of the buildings that we'll build will have power. Money comes into effect a little bit later. We get charged taxes from the overarching government, and it's based on how many colonists we have and all that stuff. So that will come into play later. You also have to pay your workers and stuff like that. And well, there's you can see some gold deposits over here. We'll be able to turn those into some cold hard cash eventually. Water is going to be a problem eventually. Right now it's not. I mean, we're still losing 2 each tick, but it's still not. We got plenty to go. Food eventually again will be a problem, but we can get to that. Regolith is the thing that we need the most. Well, honestly, we need regolith, and then we need helium-3, which is used as I guess a sort of power source thing. This is the helium-3 extractor, and power source in addition to your normal power source. And then we'll need to get a crusher that will crush the regolith down into ores that we can then use for building our colony up. Now, right off the bat here, as far as I know, there is no speed settings, no speed slider. So we're going to end up sitting here for quite some time while these rovers go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Now, in the early game, that's a little bit unnerving, especially when you want to get some stuff done. Later on, as you'll see, I've discovered that there's some, shall we say, less than fully functioning mechanics in the game that allow me to really shortcut this time that we're waiting. So hopefully we'll get there eventually. Right now we need our helium-3 extractor, number 1. So we're going to go find like I'm going to try to make like a little sort of industrial area. So I'm going to do it maybe like right here will be the industrial area. I can confirm that construction. One of my rovers will go over and build that for me. And then the other one will join in if it has nothing else to do. So now we're extracting helium-3, and we'll need that in order to, we need a certain amount of helium-3 in order to make the regolith crusher, and then that will give us ore, and then that will allow us to open up more stuff. You can see up here, we're starting to gather it. I've got, there's an option under the options menu that tells you, that allows you to see what the maximum storage capacity is for all of your different things. I have that turned on just because I like to be able to see when I'm running out of stuff a lot faster. We only have one more power left, so that will be used for the regolith compactor once we can do it. You can see here that it costs 20 helium-3 and 120 regolith. The other thing you'll notice here is that these tooltips are not live or active tooltips. So it still says I need 10 helium-20, but I have to keep rolling over to see it update to 8 and so on and so forth. So that would be a nice quality of life thing if these tooltips constantly actively update it, so I could just kind of watch the number tick down and I can get to it immediately. I've also noticed too that there's a little bit of a delay between, you know, the game unlocks buildings as you have the ability to make them. And there's a little bit of delay between when you've got the prerequisites for a building and when it actually shows up on your list here. So that might be something they'd want to take a look at some point. So I'll explain some of the things up here. There's the wheels is exactly what you think they are. It's the resource needed to make rovers and other vehicles. And vehicles play a big part in this game. You start out with these 2 rovers. We'll have plenty of other vehicles. We'll have a construction vehicle eventually, water collection vehicle, which we won't be able to use here because there won't be any water on this asteroid. But you know, on my other colony, when I show you that, you'll see I have one set up strategically there, and so on and so forth. So what I do want to do eventually is let's get this compactor in here because we need that desperately. So we'll get that guy going there, confirm that. There's some quality of life things here, like for instance, if I click on this building, you can see that we got some tooltips here. You can sell, you can deactivate it, which is important when you're low on power. You can make this the center of your town if you really want to. I don't know what kind of difference that makes right now. You can flip it, its positioning, and you can see a bunch of statistics around it. The statistics are pretty good. I mean, they're what you would expect, although you can't get from what I've seen, I haven't been able to get like an overall statistics about my colony. Just I have to do it on an individual kind of building basis, but it is what it is right now. Unless clicking on this does it. I haven't tried that. Does that give me? I guess that gives me a bunch of overall things, I suppose. Yeah. So I guess that works. The next thing we need right now is a Small solar panel, and that's going to take 150 ore, which, well, 129 more than what we have, which means it's going to take forever and a day for us to get to that point. So I will probably either continue talking here, or I will probably cut away and come back once we're ready for that, because I can't do anything else yet. The greenhouse, everything else here requires power. The greenhouse requires power and workers, which we'll have maximum of 2 workers to start out with, and then the greenhouse obviously makes food for our colony. It's also the thing here is I don't necessarily need this guy right now, so I could turn that off and get the food going, because our food's down to 0, which is not great. So I could put the greenhouse over here, and what I like to do is try to make this close to where I'm going to make the colony. So I could do it there, I think. And what I'll do is I'll turn this guy off. We don't really need that right now. We need food more than we need this. We've got plenty right now for our purposes. And then that'll keep on doing its thing. And hopefully we'll get to the solar panels soon. I also am going to need the water extractor. Our water is okay for the moment, but we'll need more of that going. You can see everything's got bars under it to tell you when it's going to produce food and whatnot. So it's always nice to be able to see what's going on. So we got 7 food out of that. That's good. So that's doing its thing. We have the ability to do a raw materials depot, and I'm actually going to do that right now, because here's where the game is. Here's where I say the game is a little bit broken. So I'm going to get this raw materials depot, and I'm going to put it right next to this regolith up here, that regolith thing up there, and I'm going to say confirm on that, and he's going to be built. He doesn't require any power. Now you'll notice something. My regolith is going up really fast, and these guys aren't even moving because they are extracting the regolith directly from here. You can see there's like 2,773, although that doesn't update. It's really less than that now. Right? 26, 25, 25, 47. They're just standing in place and just constantly pumping out stuff now. You see 425 at a time. This is where the mechanics of the game kind of breaks down a little bit, because basically at this point, all I have to do is whenever I need ore fast, just pop one of these guys down next to it, and you're good to go. You're really good to go. And this is true for a lot of the buildings in the game right now. If you need something done very quickly, putting a storage facility right next to it, suddenly you've got tons and tons of stuff coming in, which is nice. At the same time, we're going to run out of storage really quickly here on this, but it's faster than we got the ore going. Now, if I could get a solar panel going, we would be all set here, because then I could make. Because what I'll do is I'll just make a bunch of regolith compactors and get them just churning out as much ore as we possibly can. The other thing I can do is I can deactivate one of these guys when we get really close to our maximum here, our maximum capacity. But right now I think we're okay, and I'm really just want this number to go up a lot faster. You see now they just got through all that regolith that was there in record time. Now they've got a little bit of a drive, and unfortunately I can't move this once I put it down. However, I can put another raw materials depot right there, since they don't really cost that much, and honestly they don't require any power, so why the heck not, right? So there you go. That's kind of, it feels like cheating, and it probably is a little bit of cheating, but that's where we're going with that so far. What's the other thing? We're not quite there yet, because I had to use some ore for that, so that's unfortunate. Probably should have just let that be for now, because we got more regolith than we could possibly use at the moment. Our food is still good. We are going to need some water. We're going to need a water extractor very soon, but that requires 1 power, and I don't have anything that I can turn off right now. So what I want to do is just I want to get I need to get the solar panel down more than anything else. So I'm going to cut away and we'll come back. I'll be ready to put the solar panel down. Alright, so we have enough for a small solar panel now. Sorry, I'm all choked up here. So I'll just put that right down there. It doesn't really matter where I put it. It will still power the all the things that we need, and that gives us additional 8 energy. And I'm going to use up all that 8 energy by using regolith compactors, because I need as much regolith as I possibly can get. So we're going to put a couple of these in a row, like so. And get as many of those built as possible. Yeah, I'll take regolith, which is we're not hurting for. So we'll get that going, and then what's going on here? Why did they stop? Why did they stop building that? I don't know why they stopped building that. You have access to regolith. I mean, I got tons of it in the storage. Yeah, somehow, some reason it stopped doing it. So let's see if I can get it to go back to building. No. What's going on here? Why are you not? What's the build options? Oh, because we were out of right, we're out of the helium-3. That's why. Let's turn this guy back on. We generate helium-3 again. There we go. Well, that explains it. So yeah, I still need the helium-3 to do a lot of the building and stuff. So, and then you see you pay as you go as far as the resources are concerned, and we should be making tons of ore soon, which will work out well. The next thing on our list is to get the water extractor going. We still have plenty of water right now. We got plenty of food, but we do need you need the water extractor. That takes 1 energy. Hopefully I didn't put too many of these down. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I still have 2 after that. That's good. Don't really need more than just a small helium-3 extractor though, from what I've seen. It just kind of works out pretty well, just the one. Really, like I said, you only use it when you're building lots of stuff. And right now we're waiting for it because of the building. What does this take? Yeah, it takes 20 each one. Yeah, some of those, like that takes 20, but the other things really don't take any. So it's really I'm held up on just the compactors and stuff and the resources for that. Let's see what else. Yeah, so it's just, like I said, it's just a lot of kind of waiting around for things to happen. I would like to... How can I get this to work a little bit faster? It's not really going to work any faster than what it's got, I don't think. I mean, I could make another one, but like I said, it's going to be... It's just a waste to make another one. Because this is usually producing enough, more than enough for what I need. We are getting a bunch of ore now. Let's get our water extractor put down. So we have to do a water extractor on this asteroid because we don't have any... I'll put it over here. Because we don't have any areas of any like lakes or anything that we can actually get water out of. The planetary surface, the abandoned planet, you don't really need a water extractor for, because you can once you make a small vehicle factory, you could make a water carrying bot that will just go and just park it and a raw materials depot right next to a body of water, and you'll have more water than you could ever possibly need in your colony. Like, I was running into a problem where it just kept telling me I don't have enough storage for water, I don't have enough storage for water, because it just kept generating it at, you know, enormous rates just with one bot and one raw materials depot right next to it. So that's really the key of this is having those materials depots. Just put them down. They're relatively free. I mean, they cost 25 ore, which is next to nothing compared to everything else going on here, and you might as well put them down. Just have your robots and your rovers just go very short distances in order to get the resources just churning right through. And you're gonna churn right through. We're getting 24 ore per thing here. Still just kind of waiting on helium-3. What is this? I think this only produces like, what's the stats on it? It produces 12 per minute, so kind of slow in that regard, but that'll work anyway, one way or the other. And then we can start to once we get the small vehicle factory down, which actually I have the resources for that. Do I have the power for that? That requires 4 power. Yeah, we need another solar panel, which I have the resources for, so let's do that. Confirm. We can get the small vehicle factory down, and then I can start to start actually building the colony proper and having colony buildings and refineries and a few other things. We can also start trying to work on an atmosphere. There's like an atmospheric thing that I didn't do on the other colony because it was already a breathable atmosphere. So I'd like to see how that works out for us. And then you can make like roads and stuff, which will actually make your rovers will try to use the roads, so that will make them go a lot faster than just going over the normal regolith that they're going over now. So I could gain something by putting some roads down, but first of all, I don't have access to them yet because we need the builder bot for that, and the builder bot is in the vehicle factory. So I'm waiting for that to get extracted and things. And this actually, the water extractor doesn't actually need to be next to a thing here because it just kind of extracts things. Just like this just extracts things directly into the storage, that just extracts things directly into your general storage, so you don't really need to do that. We have power now, so let's go and do our vehicle factory. Let's put that over here, perhaps. And confirm. I'll open up more of the stuff on the map here, or more of the buildings that we'll be able to work with. We are making 2 water, which is good. Alright, yep, we got this guy now. So now that guy gives me access to all vehicles. So here we go. We got our LAS rover. So we're using, what we're rocking right now. We got the water bots. Harvest ice and water deposits. I don't think there are any ice deposits. Oh, there is an ice deposit over there. Well, friends. Well, I say. All right. And then we got a regolith miner, which I'll be using in a moment. But let's get our builder bot first. Get that built, because he will do all the building now for us. And honestly, I could get rid of one of these rovers. I could get rid of both of those rovers eventually. We'll get the regolith miner and the water bots. Alright, I think you see where I'm going with this. Let's go under all buildings again, and let's go to... What do I want? So how's our food? Our food is maxed out. Let me get a silo going. A silo over there, and confirm. So my builder bot will now go off and do the building tasks. We got paths as well that we can use now. We got a landing pad. This will be to bring more people in. Our helium-3 is, I don't need a tank for that yet, but we can do and this is why I got the regolith miner here. I can, whoop. Here, League of Independent States tax. Yeah, we owe $39 in tax, so we can pay that. The regolith mine, I can now build right over here and right over there. And I should get another regolith miner going. Vehicles. Oh, I need more wheels. We're making 2 wheels a day here. Actually, I could just tell this guy, hey, you. I want you to stop. Can I destruct statistics? So I can't like sell him off and get the resources back. That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate, but oh well. We'll have him just kind of park right now. Oh, he's parked over there. I just parked them all together here. Now let's move all these units, I guess. This guy, I want you to park right there. And you, I want you to park right next to him. Alright, so the water bots, let's go. Blah, 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 blah. We need the storage again. Raw materials depot. Let's put that, pop that right over here. You already see what I'm doing. There we go. And we'll get the water bot started. I'm harvesting. No, I want you to. No, I want you to put it in here, dude. I want you to put it in there, dude. There you go. For some reason, he's bringing it all the way back, but it should. I think the second time around, the AI figures out that there's a thing here that he can use. Maybe not. I wonder why he doesn't want to use that. That's weird. Because this worked last time I did it, and for some reason he's bringing everything back here. I'm not sure why. Let's give him another. Let's give him another run. And yeah, no, he's not. That's weird. That's really weird. Let's put a raw depot right next to it, so he sees it. Maybe this other ore there is causing him to realize that he's not there or something. I don't know. Up here, let's give him a little bit of room. Yeah, that's weird that he's making that full. Oh, I know what the problem is. I'm putting the wrong thing down. I need to put a water tank down. That's what it is. That is what it is. Let's put 3 of them down. Because why not? That's why he's going back there. Duh. That's the whole problem. Alright. So now he should go and just basically stay right there. Yep, he's going to stand right there. Let's get you out. Let's get you separated. Get you harvesting. My builder bot up here. Let's get you at my builder bot park over here so I can always see him when he's done. Yeah, so now this guy's just going to sit here and you can see our water is just going through the roof. So, and then for these here, I need another. You see, this guy is just kind of stopped, and is he going to mine that? There he goes. Now he should be harvesting this. These mines that we built have 8,000 on them, and you can keep building them over and over and over again from what I've seen. So we don't have to go very far anymore. Let's get another regolith miner going, and sometimes it will spawn them behind the building where you can't see them, which is a little bit weird. There is a transparency thing here though, where you can switch the transparency modes of stuff so you can kind of see things that are buried a little bit. So just another thing to just keep in mind. So there's some like quality of life things in here, but there's a lot of things that it's kind of missing as far as that's concerned, like live tooltips for one thing. and obviously volume control. But yeah, I don't know. There's just this is the weird thing about this game, and this is what's got me kind of on the fence about it. This game, we got small shelters now we can do. This game, what's the best way I can put, like, I'm enjoying it, but not for what it's supposed to be on the tin, right? It's like, it's weird. It's like, you've eaten this, there's a candy bar that you really love, and you've had it for years and years, and you know, just terrific. And then I come along and say, hey, why don't you put that in the refrigerator for 20 minutes and then eat it? And you're like, okay, I'll try something different. And you do it, and you realize you still really like it, but for completely weird and crazy reasons. It's like it ceased to be the candy bar that you've known and loved, and it's now becomes transformed into something else that's still good, but good in a different way than what you were expecting it to be. So in this case, it's like, this is billed as a strategy game. I can tell you right now, there ain't no strategy going on in this game. Like, it's just, it looks like a strategy game. It's got all the pieces of a strategy game, but no strategy. It's just, it's more appealing to me as a idle game, almost like a cookie clicker without all the incessant clicking, right? This feels more like that. It's more appealing to me in that way. I'm just kind of sitting here looking at numbers increasing. Some of that's due to just the mechanics being kind of wonky and just not working, like being able to park a water tower next to your ice field and just have your rover just sit there and do its thing. Some of it's just, you know, you don't have time dilation. You can't increase the time speed. Some of it is you don't have any environmental really problems to deal with. Like, even like if I look at one of the games that really made my channel, Soul Zero, years ago, like, that was a strategy game in that you had disasters to deal with. I mean, you could turn them off, but you had disasters to deal with. You had, you know, you didn't have enemies, and you don't need enemies. It was more like you had all these natural disasters to worry about. You had limited space to worry about and all that stuff. This game kind of takes all that away. I mean, yes, I'm on an asteroid here that has no atmosphere, and actually is getting a little bit of an atmosphere because I'm producing factories. My factories are producing things, but it's not like I'm doing the very bare bones necessary to keep this thing going, and it's just kind of going on its own. It's just rolling right along, you know, and it's kind of weird from that perspective. That's why I'm like, I was looking at it, I'm going, why is this not an early access game? Because this feels like it should be an early access game. And look, I've already got insufficient storage for the water. It goes that fast. Like, I can't produce water tanks fast enough to keep up with the demand. Like, I can put 3 more down there, and those will fill up in an equal amount of time. Speaking of, let's get our colony started. Let's get over here, and I will put some small shelters down right near the greenhouses and stuff, because I don't think this needs workers, but the other thing I'm going to work on will need workers. So let's get 4 shelters, and let's get a pavement going down this way and up that way a little bit. Sounds good for now. And the next thing is to get the ore refinery going. That'll get me more workers. Actually, next thing is to get the landing pad, which we will be able to do once I get back up to 1,000 ore there. It's just we're using all the ore right now for all this stuff. But I want to get the I'll put the landing pad over here, and then that will bring new colonists in over time. We also got a gift here, payroll assistance from the independent states. So I guess we'll take that. And that will improve matters there. Our food, we need to get another greenhouse going, so let's get another greenhouse right there, which will need workers. Actually, you know, let's get 3 of them here. Confirm that, and I'll get the pavement in front of it going too. Confirm that. Very nice. Very, very nice. Oh, we are in a power crunch. I just noticed these things are not highlighted anymore, so we need solar panels. We need them stats. Let's get some solar panels down there. As many as we can take. We'll also need this micro incinerator. Just one of them usually seems to work pretty well. That will... once we get more colonists here, they're going to start producing trash. The trash will go into the micro incinerator, and we'll produce some power from it, and that will also remove the trash from the town, and everybody will be happy and all those things. There is an entertainment thing too. The internet relay booth is the entertainment thing, so we'll have to put that down eventually to keep our colonists happy. I don't know where on the interface it tells me what the happiness is for the colony. I don't know if you just have to click on individual colonists as they run around or what, but in any case, that's where that is. We're producing enough food now, which is good. We have enough power. We got another solar panel going down. Our helium-3, we do need a helium-3 tank. Just one ought to do it right now. Store some of that helium-3 that's coming in. You see we're almost up to our maximum limit of 150 on that. We've almost maxed out the water again. And yeah, we're already producing trash. You can see we got 4 trash right now. So we want to get this micro incinerator as soon as we have 500 ore. The other thing I'm going to need to do is get a bunch of ore going. So let's get some more of these regolith compactors. Do these all take 1 power? They do. Alright, just got to keep that in mind. Let's do another row of them there. Actually, let's do 2 rows of them. And then confirm that. Now, I have found that, and we'll see if this works or not, but I have found that when I do long rows of stuff like this, the game will bug out and not be able to do the ones in the center. Yeah, it looks like it did the same thing, where it can't do the ones in the center here. So let's get rid of that. And we'll have to get rid of another, we'll have to get rid of like these 2. So I can get in there and finish all of them. So that's the only, that's a bug that I've found here, is that it will not be able to reach the inner ones when you're doing a long string like that. So you gotta do just 1 line at a time. If you're, you can do it as long as you want, but it's got to be just 1 wide or 2 wide. But don't do like more than that if you can't get to every angle of it. Is basically what I'm saying there. All right, looks like our regolith guys are running around. So let's put some more regolith mines down and keep them busy locally. And I think yeah, we're in a bit of a resource crunch right now. It's what's going on. You see the rover, when it briefly goes on the path, it goes a lot faster. So that's why it does pay to have some paths around. And now it's just a lot of waiting around. That's the unfortunate thing. There's just a lot of waiting to get things done, especially when you're in a resource crunch. When you're not producing enough ores fast enough and all that stuff. What else does it need? Oh, it needs more helium-3. I guess I could make another helium-3 extractor. I mean, why not? Why not do it? It's just another power point. Another point of power. If I can get, do we have... There's multiple things here. Yeah, there's multiple units there. Let's see if I can get them to build this real fast. There you go. There you go. That should help a little bit. Finishing things up. We're still waiting on the helium-3. Yeah. That's the only thing that only seems to really hold me up as far as the ore mining and stuff. I don't think anything else really requires it. How's our food storage? We are getting up there on the food storage, but we're still good. I don't think I need to build another silo just yet. How much more does this guy need? He needs 5, 4... 2. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Alright, what else do we have as far as vehicles? Do I need anything else? I don't think so. I think we got everything that we need there. I definitely don't need another water bot. We got more water than we know what to do with at this point. In fact, we're maxed out again. I just find that hilarious. Workers, yeah, we don't have anything there. Waste management. We can do our micro incinerator, so let's get that built. Put that over by the initial colony ship. And that'll keep our... I think one of them seems to keep the trash down to a minimum, at least early on, so we'll just do the one for now, and let's see, how are we doing with power? We're still good. In fact, the micro incinerator will give us 15 more. So yeah, we're still doing good there. Are these guys not gonna? How about you build something, dude? How about you build that? How about you build this? There you go. You don't have to run all over the place. There's that. We can get the what am I looking for? I am looking for we got housing. Sometimes these filters don't work correctly because the regolith mine is definitely not housing. I've noticed that from time to time it's very slow on the actual filter. Now it's not actually updating. Oh, there we go. All buildings. I want relay booth. We'll put that there so that they have some entertainment. Oops, wait. That there. Some entertainment. And then the landing pad will be the next thing we want to put down. Let me put the checkered pavement going out this way a little bit. Going this way and then down that way. So our little space guy walking around there. Got 14 atmosphere though. It's not exactly breathable atmosphere, but we got 14 atmosphere. We got a first aid station, which also requires workers. Now over here it should tell me we have 5 jobs and only 2 population, so got more jobs than we got people right now. So we need this landing pad ASAP. Let's grab that, put that over yonder. There we go. Now we can bring some more people down. We got plenty of food. We've maxed out our silo that was there, so let me put a couple more. Ooh, that's too many. That's too many. I keep forgetting that right clicking is not going to do that. Let me do this and then do that. There we go. And then we'll be able to get some gold mining going eventually here. What I can also do is let's sell off this water extractor because that's not needed now. Certainly not needed now. We've got plenty of ice down here, I think, right? Oh yeah, we got tons of ice down there, and there might be another. Yeah, there's another ice field up there too. So yeah, we got plenty of that going. We do need a few more compactors, so let's get those right there. I just want to make it so that there's no real hang-ups in the colony here. All right, and they built our landing pad. You can see it's got a long timer, but eventually some people will come down. I can get some light posts. Put some light posts around to shed some light on the situation here for our colonists so they can see where they're going, and I can see what's happening. That. Right, confirm. You can do green light posts too if you want, or red ones. You want a red light district? There you go. You can see we got some lights going, rocking all the lights, all the street lights. And eventually we'll need the first aid station, but we need workers before we do that. So we got somebody just came down, so we got still have 5 jobs available and only 3 population, so we'll have to wait on that a little bit. And I guess I could put, yeah, we're at 41 of 50 because our incinerator is not working right now because we've incinerated all the trash. So let's get some more solar panels built, and I think all of our storages are okay thus far. Now, both of my rovers are over here to extract from that one mine instead of dividing between both. Oh no, it's idle. Why is it idle? Be idle. Don't be idle. Are you idle too? Yeah, you're idle too. What's going on with you? What is going on with you? Okay. Why does this guy keep moving back and forth? Oh, there it goes. All right. Eventually, they get to a happy equilibrium there. All right. So now that's gonna start going back up again, which is great. Which is all good. And we've got more power now, more reliable power. And we got our paths going. There's different paths: footpath, crushed regolith path, and all that stuff. I'm using the checkerboard one because it's the nicest looking one, as they say in the tooltip. And yeah, everything is just positive right now. Let's see. There was I don't see it on here, but there was a thing to generate atmosphere. I don't see it there right now. Over here, do I build builder bot with miner? See, I can't even build the other rover anymore. I guess it's just I don't know when that got left from the menu, but that's gone. Small vehicle factory. Oh, I need the ore refinery in order to do that because it needs iron. And this requires workers. It also requires 1,200 ore, so I'm just waiting for that. So we'll have the workers for it, and we'll have the power for it. So that'll be good. That'll give everybody this will start to produce, this will take the ores that we have and it'll start producing iron, which will then allow us to produce the other things I was talking about, which is the gold mine and all that stuff. So, cool beans, and 1200, almost, we're almost 1200. We're almost there. And there we go. Alright, 1200 ore refinery. Pop you right down there. Confirm. Get my builder bot going. And I'm gonna do another line of these refiners because I need to churn out ore as quickly as possible. We're churning it out at like 94 per thing, but still it's not quite enough. I also want to let's do this first aid station just for, oh, I guess I can't because it needs 900. Yeah, never mind. Because we're using it for that, for the refinery. That's fine. That's just fine. Let's do what I was going to do a little bit earlier and say, let's put another line of regolith compactors down. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. That'll generate even more ore for us. In fact, you know what? Why not have another line of it? So this is now producing iron, which we'll see pop up as soon as that bar goes. And then once the iron pops up, we'll see more things start to pop up in my build list here. What am I looking for? I am looking for these guys. Let's do a couple more. Confirm that. There we go. Alright, now that iron's starting to come in, you can see we got steel is starting to come in. Now we got things like a gold mint, a chop shop. The gold mint is what I was talking about earlier, that takes refined gold into cash. But we need the gold refinery to do that. And so that'll be our next thing. That takes 80 steel. So we'll get that going. There's walls you can build. You can wall off areas just for decoration. And also to try to make if you want to force your robots to go down a particular path, fast path, you can do it that way. And yeah, that's about that. I guess we could stand to have a couple more solar panels too. You can't have too much power, I feel like. All right, we owe $128 in taxes. That's fine. I'm still producing way more than we need there, so that's good. We've also gone through all our helium-3 again. Is that needed for solar? No, it's not. Okay. I don't think it was. Okay, very good. Very good. Very, very good. And don't need any more shelters just yet, but I do want to get, what's the chop shop? It takes old unused rovers and breaks them down to raw materials. That'll be useful for our old rovers. I can get rid of them. First aid station is what I wanted to put down earlier, so let's do that. Let's see if I can flip this guy. Yeah, there we go. Go right there and confirm. And bring this road down here. We can put the gold. Oh, here's the atmosphere generator. Small building slowly generates trace amounts of atmosphere to begin terraforming your planet. It costs 20 steel. So might as well do that. Why not? Let's get that started. Get two of them. Get two of them for the sake of argument. I think they take power though, right? Yeah, 3 power each. We got more power than we know what to do with right now. So we're cool. Our water is still just fantastic. It's not even going down. I really do need more ore going. Transform your planet by creating atmosphere. Once your atmosphere levels are higher enough, you will unlock building new building options. Cool. So, yeah, our atmosphere is going up. I really could use more of these guys, I guess. I mean, you can't have too many compactors. Let's confirm that. Alright, very nice. Yeah, because like we're barely keeping up with the demand for the ore for just building these things. And got plenty of regolith to go around. We're doing +2 now on the atmosphere, so that's good. That'll be going and doing its thing. And let's see, we got a lot of stuff open up here. The gold refinery is the next thing I want to do. We got enough power for that. I just need the resources. I guess I could. Does this have this is probably not going at its full capacity yet, right? Yeah, it's only got 2 workers out of 3, right? So it's got one off duty, 2 on duty. Yeah, they work in shifts, so yeah, it needs a few more workers to be fully tapped out and getting the full production out of it. But that's fine. And I think we got all that going. Let's get some more pavement down here, because I'm going to put the gold refinery down in this section. Our food's still good. We've got, how are we doing with jobs? We got 10 population and only 9 jobs, so somebody is slacking off on us. So, or I'm sorry, somebody is not going to have a job, so I need to give them a job. And everybody working. And I guess the best thing I could do is, I guess I could put another greenhouse down, which takes 1 worker. But we're beyond our maximum for food, so I need to put another silo, a couple silos. That. Confirm that. Yeah, I need another. I guess I could put another first aid station down, because that requires a worker. Also requires 3 power. What's it gonna do? Does this require a worker? No, it doesn't. Doesn't at all. Small vehicle factory does. We already have one, so there's really no reason to make another one that I could see. The chop shop, we could do that. That'll work out. Put that down here. Alright, I don't actually, I guess I could put that over here because it's not. I really should have this guy. I should have a path going to that guy. Let's do that right now. Let's get a path coming down here and going up to there. Confirm. You no longer lead a rover. You can order to move to the chop shop, which will harvest the rover for its raw materials. Yep. That's very good. Oh, our regolith mines apparently we've gone through, so let's build a few more. Let's do another one there, another one there. Confirm that. Alright, and this guy over here, I might need to coax him into doing it. Oh, no, he's helping out. Alright. And now they're both going to go over there and do that. Okay. That's probably why they became idle last time. Let me just stare at them briefly until we can get that going. I could also get another landing pad going. Are you idle? You're harvesting. Okay, so if you're harvesting, let's have you come over here and harvest. Be as efficient as we can be. And hopefully he'll figure out the way to be able to do it without moving around. Eventually. Yep, there it goes. There it goes. The optimal path. And yeah, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna put another landing pad down. Why not? Where one landing pad works, two will work better. Or so I've heard. Oh, and we can get the gold refinery going. So let's do that as well. I need to flip this guy though, so he faces the road here. We're right across the street from one. There we go. And once my builder's done there, we'll get that going. And we'll have some gold, and then I can make a gold refining bots. And we can make a gold mint then. Give us some cash, some hard cash money. Pay our workers. And actually we're getting up there, population-wise. I'm gonna need some more buildings. So let's go check the pavement. Let's go up this way, like that, and over this way, and then back down and connect. Because the reason I'm doing that is once we start gathering gold, you'll see that there's a special building that will open up for us that will be rather fun to show off once this guy finishes. So I guess yeah, my other rovers aren't really participating in any building anymore, so I guess I could go decommission them. How do I do that? Did I just do that? I might have just done that. Yep, I did. Okay, so I just click on that and I say go here. Okay, since they're not doing me any good, I might as well get their resources back. There we go. Very nice. And then I guess I could have my builder bot park over here now. He stays close to the action. And now I gotta look at my vehicles. And here we go, gold miner. Build me a gold miner. And that was perfect, because he'll just sit right there now and just mine this gold like no one's business, I imagine. Let's have him harvest. There we go. Think he's harvesting? He is in fact harvesting. Okay. Oh no, I accidentally clicked. I want you to harvest. There you go. Alright, do your thing. There it is. We'll drain that gold out pretty quickly. And then we're going to go back to housing. And now we got golden shelters. Which is just hilarious. So this is for the rich and highfalutin people in our colony. So I will put a bunch of those up there. I will put a bunch of those up there, I said. Confirm that. Let's get some lighting going. And see what we're doing. Light there, light there. Light right there, I guess. A light down here. And I could always get another builder bot too, but I don't need to build them that quickly. We are going to need power. So I should probably get another row of solar panels going. I guess I should get another builder bot. I don't know. He's going pretty fast. Maybe we'll be okay with just the one. Alright, and then we got a small research lab. There is a whole research section that you can do. Microgravity brewing and all kinds of things. But you need to get to the small research lab to do it, so we just need to wait until we have enough ore. Which our ore is constantly in flux here, but we're making tons of it. And then we've got yeah, our gold is doing rather well. Our gold bot is going a bit of a distance to get to it. I wonder why he's not taking this anymore. 635 still in there. He got sidetracked, I guess. I wonder, is there like a gold mine? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. Okay, but I could, you know, put another raw materials depot like right there. And then that'll stop him from traveling far, hopefully. Put that stuff down. Yep, there we go. More than one way to skin that cat. And then another thing too is I want to get the gold mint so we get some money. Get our colony generating all the money that it can generate. And then otherwise we're really sitting pretty. So like I said, it's not necessarily a straight up strategy game as you might expect. It's got all the elements here for a strategy game, but it's really just kind of, I don't know, it's rather easy right now. Let's confirm that guy, and then we'll do this one over here, but let's flip him this way, like so. Make sure that they're constantly getting their our colonists are constantly getting their entertainment that they need. We are getting close to the storage on food, but it looks like we're burning through it pretty good though. Our atmosphere is starting to build up a little bit. That's nice. We got plenty of room for colonists and more workers. Does everybody have a job? 17 population and 14 jobs. So the answer to that is no. Well, I could get another first aid station right there. That'll consume a worker. And you can see how it's starting to shape up. So this is what it looks like thus far. A large map, all that stuff. And you can see how resources being mined and how I've kind of broken it in that regard, and so on and so forth. So I think this has been a very good look at it. I was going to load up my other colony, but I was able to show you the glitch I was going to show you anyway with that colony. So it seems to me like even though these say they're hard maps, they're really not. They're really not. And like I said, it's a strategy game, but there's no real strategy involved. And I'm getting the pleasure that I'm obtaining from this is more from just watching numbers go up like I would in an idle clicker than it would be out of, you know, coming up with this awesome strategy that makes everything work. So yeah, that's kind of where we stand on this. I mean, it's not like it's going to break your bank or anything. It's only $5 on Steam, and it sounds, I mean, it's not early access on Steam yet. It is not 1.0 yet, so I don't know if it's one of those they've gotten tired of working on it and they're just dumping it out there, or if it's been more of a they don't believe in early access, the devs, and so they're just kind of doing it this way. I'm not sure. It's hard to see. There's like multiple schools of thought when it comes to how devs perceive early access versus not and all that stuff, and so it's hard to tell where they fall on this and whether this is meant to be the final thing or meant to just be a stepping stone towards the final thing. I don't know. I don't know how this is working out or whatnot. But all that said, and like I said, this is just me doing it locally. There's a whole other thing. Let's save our colony. And there's a whole other thing. If I go back to the title screen here, like we've got when you do a new colony, you can do an online game, which sounds even. I mean, it sounds the same, but it's interesting in that you're working basically with an unknown person, and they're the manager of your colony and all that stuff, and they kind of have to. They're like a subtenant underneath of it, and you're kind of working together that way. And the what is it? Let's do Astro here. The region thing too. I don't know what that is, and that also sounds very interesting and intriguing. There's a lot of intriguing things here. There's not a lot of polish. It's a very, very unpolished game. There's some things it's missing as far as quality of life. Having a speed, being able to speed up the simulation would be very, very helpful, because it does. You do kind of sit here staring at things for a while. As far as the other mechanics of mining resources and then putting your storage facility right next to it and having it just work like that, I don't know if that's necessarily broken or if that's meant to be that way, because it kind of does force you to be a little bit more logistical in your dealings with things. I couldn't say. I really couldn't say. And this is definitely a city builder, but it feels, like I said, it's more appealing from the perspective of being like an idle cookie clicker kind of thing without the incessant clicking. So I'm not quite sure how to classify this, other than to say it's decent and there's a lot of interesting ideas here. There's not necessarily a cohesive whole yet, and it's certainly not polished yet. So maybe, hopefully, it'll get all the love and attention it needs. I don't know. But anyway, this has been my colony. It is by Ape Apps, and it is apparently fully released on Steam for $5 US. As always, I will leave links down in the description so you can do your own due diligence. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.